You said you've been growing this out for 3 years?
6 years.
6 years. Boom. All gone. So as you guys can tell, my client had been growing his hair out for 6 years and he was just ready for a change. He wanted to cut the top down even to where it was disconnecting on the sides throughout his parietal ridge bone. And I told him that we would have to go pretty short. So I ended up starting off by using the number 4 guard against the grain. And it is gonna take a while for his hair to naturally go back to its, original growth pattern. That way he won't notice the little parting that he had from his previous cut. But after he showers and he starts combing his hair, like I said, his hair will naturally start to lay forward. So after I knock his hair down with the number 4 guard, I'm gonna go ahead and set my foundation guideline in with my gamma trimmers. And this is gonna be a mid-drop fade. So I'm gonna be sure to drop this fade beneath my client's occipital bone on the back of his head. And it's always very important that you guys pay attention to the bones whenever you're fading, because every haircut, really goes based off of your client's head shape. So always keep that in mind before you guys just go in and cut the hair. And right here, I'm using the half guard to go up and blend the 0.5 into the 1.5 guideline. And I'm really just doing lever play, closing the lever as needed to flick out any dark areas that I see. You guys just want to be nice and consistent with every cutting stroke as you guys are going through and cutting the hair. And every time you guys close the lever, you just want to shorten your cutting stroke a tad bit, just because the hair is going to be getting cut at a little bit more of a shorter length. And I'm just using the corner of my blade. I really like to do corner cutting when it comes to blending, just because I can get more of a precise cut rather than using the full blade. And right here, I went ahead and put on the number 2 guard all the way open, just to blend out any last dark areas above the top of my fade into the bulk. So now that I have that complete, I went ahead and threw on the number 1 guard, just doing some lever play to clear out any last dark areas that I saw. And before I erase that last guideline, I'm gonna go ahead and line up my client's C-cups as well as his vertical bars. And I do have these trimmers right here, zero gapped as well. If you guys wanna get a discount on any of the clippers I'm using in this haircut, feel free to use my discount code NEVIN10 on the Gamma website. And I will be sure to include that in the link in the description for you guys. And here with the lever all the way closed, I'm just attacking that last guideline, blending the 00 up into the 0.5. So essentially all I'm really doing with my fading system is going up, putting the guidelines in, and then coming back down and erasing each one. And you guys just want to keep in mind that the fade happens from the 1.5 down to the 00. So that's really where you want to focus on getting your blend and the contrast in the hair. And little by little, you guys can see how this fade came together with those few simple steps. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some shaving solution by Black Widow. And I really would highly recommend this shaving solution right here as well. It is a spray, and I was pretty impressed the first time I tried this stuff. It's a solution that's basically just used to perform a shave, and it honestly just makes the hair fall off like butter. After trying this stuff out, I prefer using it over any shaving gel. But if you guys do want to check out this product as well, I will be sure to include it in the description. You guys can get a discount on the razor blades and the shaving solution with my discount code NEVIN15. But you guys can see just how the hair falls off like butter. So now that I got the left side complete of my client's haircut, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same exact steps on the right side, just showing you guys how my system is done on both sides of the head. And you really just want to make sure that it's nice and consistent on both sides, as I mentioned earlier. And now I'm going to go up about 1/2 inch with no guard lever all the way open. So I have my 00 guideline, and this is now my 0.5 guideline. And I'm not gonna blend it out quite yet. I'm gonna go up with the half guard all the way open. And I'm just blending the 0.5 into the 1.5. Really just trying to create as much contrast as I can right beneath that parietal ridge bone without creating another guideline. And little bit by little, I'm just closing the lever, attacking any last dark areas that I see. And if you guys haven't tried this fading system out already, be sure to let me know what you guys think of it. If you do try it out, I would highly recommend it for not only beginners, but if you're an advanced barber as well. It's a really effective system, and it does work on all hair textures as well. One thing I always recommend is that you guys just pay attention to your client's growth pattern. A lot of your clients may have hair that grows in different directions on their scalp. So just be sure to look out for that whenever you guys are cutting. And right here, I'm just going over my client's C-cups and his vertical bars, just as I did on the other side. I personally feel like when doing this, it just makes the lineup pop a little more. So now I'm just coming back to erase that final guideline. And I do have these clippers right here, zero gapped as well with the Ever Since blade. I would highly recommend this blade as well if you guys want to check it out. I'll be sure to include the link in the description. And all of my discount code will be next to each link if you guys do want to purchase any of the products as I mentioned. But here I'm just going over my fade, putting in any last detail work that I need to put in before I erase the rest of the bulk with the razor. And just be patient with it. Like I said, as long as you guys go through each step, everything should come out nice and consistent. And here, just applying the shaving solution from Black Widow. And if you guys have never performed a razor shave, I would definitely recommend that you practice on a balloon before doing it on your client, just because it is very easy to nick someone or cut somebody whenever doing this. But it's also very relaxing and therapeutic for your client. So if you ever want to switch it up, feel free to, go out of your way and do something like this for your client, and they will appreciate it. And before I begin on my client's hairline, I do have to keep in mind that he has 2 cowlicks on the front of his hairline. So I'm gonna be sure to keep it as natural as I possibly can, working my way from the middle of his forehead to the left side and doing the same exact thing, going from the middle to the right. And whenever you guys are doing this, the main goal is really just to get it as straight as you can while, keeping it as natural as possible as well. You can always go back and add some enhancements as I'm doing right here. And the reason I'm doing this is just because my client wanted his hairline to look a little bit more full, especially since he just cut it down so short. He wanted, to give the illusion that he had more of a fuller hairline. So after I applied those enhancements, I went ahead and locked it in with some holding spray. And I'm just gonna go over it one more time with my trimmers just to really get it as crispy as I possibly can. And when it comes to barbering, you guys really just want to focus on putting in the detail work and giving your client the best haircut and service that you can. Not only will your client appreciate it, but this will increase your chances of retainment as well. Always remember that every haircut you guys do is a walking billboard of your work and can always attract new potential clients. So just keep that in mind. You guys never want to rush your haircuts. Always be sure to, try to provide the best service that you can to everyone who sits in your chair. And as always, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this haircut doing some thinning shear over comb. And I always like to use thinning shears throughout all of my haircuts, despite what haircut I'm doing. And reason being, just because it gives a much more softer finish throughout the top of the fade into the bulk. Sometimes the clippers can give more of a choppier look, whereas the shears can give more of a softer look. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some last minute detail work, just finishing up this blend, really getting it as blurry as I possibly can. And I'm gonna go over the stubble with the Gamma Instinct shaver. And this is their most recent drop right here. Very, very powerful shaver. I would definitely recommend this shaver for anyone looking for a new shaver to get. But that is about it for today's haircut transformation. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment letting me know what you guys want to see next, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.